Excited to be back. Episode 8.
Yeah.
I forgot how to do this. How do I talk in the microphone?
Feels like it's been a while, but we just missed 1 week.
Yeah.
We got 2 episodes
Kind
coming
of
out
a
this
while.
week, though.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. Got to make up for the missed week. And
Why'd we miss last week, Nick?
I don't know.
I actually don't remember really. I think we were just, there was no day to record, and then I went out of town on the weekend. So that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to record one day. You didn't feel good. Corona.
The
That was the
usual
only
record
option.
day, I didn't feel good.
Yeah, that was the only option.
And then
Not Corona.
after that,
That
just
was a joke.
we weren't able to do it.
You don't have Corona.
No, but I actually not gonna say that.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Huh?
nothing.
Oh,
I
okay.
just didn't feel good all week.
Has it. Definitely has it. No, you probably just didn't do
What are you talking about?
vitamins.
Yeah, I don't actually take vitamins.
You should take vitamins.
I don't take them a lot.
I just got one this weekend. Actually, I got a multivitamin.
Really?
So boring to start off a podcast
but
talking about vitamins.
Are they gummies?
No, they're not gummies.
Uh,
Those are good though. I was gonna make a joke about being like not being sick, but I chewed gummies. I still do. We have them here.
they're the best.
They're the easiest.
Yeah, they're good.
I'll eat like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then I went out of town this weekend. We had the annual, which is a very prestigious golf tournament that me and my friends put on. We got 16 players. Really hard to get into. We had to reject some guys. It's a tough letter to get. But you know, if you don't qualify, you don't qualify. And you know who you are.
Is that actually real? You guys reject people?
Yeah.
Why? Why wouldn't you just bring them on? Because like you have to have an even team.
Yeah, we have 16 people, and it's more of a joke. It's not. I mean, it's very real. They get rejection letters,
Mm-hmm.
but they never like. Okay, so for example, the first year, which was 2018, we missed last year just because people were living all over the place. But we missed last year, and in 2018, we had the idea of sending rejection letters to people that didn't even know about the tournament. So we sent very official rejection letters, and people just got them. They're like, what the fuck is this? Why do I have this? And then, stop sniffling. And then
Shut up.
we sent one to Ben's older brother, and he got really mad.
Really?
Yeah, and so
Actually?
we sent him another one this year. Yeah.
But that's I guess that's how the whole joke started with.
Yeah.
It. Dang, it's hard to get into this
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We sent him to a couple people.
Now everyone says it. Oh, it's hard to get into this.
Yeah. Tough to get into.
Yeah.
I might not even make the cut next year. I played terrible.
But so it's supposed to be the weekend, but you guys were getting rained out or something. Did you
Well,
play Sunday?
No, we didn't play Sunday.
It's supposed to be Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
supposed to be Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
But that tropical storm or whatever it was called, it's super loud. That tropical storm, it was a hurricane at one point, I think, but it was moving towards
I
Florida,
haven't drank like anything all day, so.
and it was supposed to hit like Saturday evening, and we were supposed to play Sunday morning. So we're like, okay, well, there's no way we can play Sunday morning, but it changes by the hour when these things happen. So we were just like, all right, let's just play 36 on Saturday. So we played in the morning and we played in the afternoon. Very hard to do. I was exhausted. It was hot,
Yeah.
but
But did you play Sunday?
no. What's wrong with you?
I wasn't listening to that.
You sound like me on every episode.
Yeah, I know.
What was your question? No, we didn't play Sunday because there was a possibility of it getting rained out, which we wanted to avoid. We just wanted to play.
But did
And
you
playing
stay at the
36
beach Saturday night and come back Sunday?
I actually left Saturday night because I didn't want to.
But you guys still had like it booked and everything, right?
Most everybody stayed. A couple people left.
Mm.
I didn't want to end up driving in the rain, or I just wanted to sleep in comfortably.
Yeah.
But it was exhausting, man.
Whenever I'm at, I
Takes some
usually
stamina.
like when I was younger, I feel like I had friends that didn't they couldn't sleep over at people's houses.
Yeah.
They would always be like going back to their own place because they would get nervous or they just wanted to be in their own bed or something. But yeah, they'd be like nervous.
About what? What do you think they were
hate
nervous
saying,
about?
Like, I think they were just scared to be in someone else's environment or something. Just wasn't their environment. I don't know, something with their way they were raised made it to where they wanted to just go home and sleep, and
Is this
they
like
didn't
your
feel
friends
comfortable. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, do they still have it, or am
now?
I still friends with them?
Are you talking about recently?
No, but now I'm saying now that I'm older, I just want to go back to my own bed.
Yeah, dude.
And like, I don't want to sleep over at people's houses or in
Yeah.
different areas. I just want to be in my own bed. But when I was younger, I wanted to go around
Yeah.
and sleep over at people's houses all the time. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember being younger and like I couldn't fathom the fact that somebody wouldn't want to sleep over at their friend's house.
I know.
And then I don't know when it happened, like I think like in high school, I was just like, why on earth would I not want to sleep in my bed? And so I would always sleep in my bed from then on. I
Dang.
hate sleeping over at people's houses. 'Cause
You
you have like a nighttime routine and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you can't just like be you can't just be like your normal self.
What do you mean you can't be your normal
I
self?
don't know what that means. I think it's just like you just want to go home. You just want to. It seems like when you sleep over at someone's house too, there'll be like it's like, okay, we're going to bed type of thing. And then everyone kind of like separates, and then you have to fall asleep. But
Yeah.
when you're at your house, you kind of just go to bed in your own time, or like you might just like stay awake for a little bit, like on your phone or doing something on the computer. But it's not like there's parents saying there's a bedtime, but there's a bedtime
Yeah.
when you sleep over at someone else's house.
Yeah. Like, all right,
I
lights
just don't like
off.
feeling something like I have to be like something's reducing my free will in a way. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I know, but you probably go to sleep like earlier now, anyways. Yeah, I remember. Dang, sleepovers used to rock though.
Yeah.
You used to play just Crash Bandicoot or Game Boy or whatever, and just do that literally until your eyes close. Watch a movie, snacks all day, getting
Mhm.
served.
Yeah, it was just fun to be with other people's parents, I think.
Yeah,
Like it was just fun.
different toys, different.
Yeah, different style.
Yeah, different style, different vibes.
Yeah.
At the other kids' houses. Yeah, it was fun. And then you get older and you're like sitting around and you're like, dude.
You just want your style.
Yeah. No, I was gonna talk about like I couldn't think of a name of a girl. Sarah. Yeah.
Oh, when you're at people's houses, this
Yeah.
is how it is now. Yeah.
No, not now. I'm talking about when you get a little older back then, like when you're like 13.
Oh.
You're like, call her, dude. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah.
What if her parents answer? House phones.
Wait, what? I never dealt with that.
Yeah, no, you're young.
You're 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
You never had to call people's house phones. You're not like 40 years
What are
old.
you talking about? Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean 40 years old?
Why
The
would you have
iPhone-
to call people's house phones?
I'm pretty sure iPhone was invented in like 2006.
Yeah, but when I grew up, everyone was just like message on Facebook or something, or text on their phones.
Yeah.
But
'Cause you
but I was
didn't-
different,
You didn't put in that real work. We still made phone calls.
dude. I couldn't make phone calls because I wasn't allowed to have a phone. So I would use like an iPhone
House
as
phone.
an iPod, and just I could only use Wi-Fi at school or at someone else's house or whatever. Could only use Wi-Fi, but I would always have like an iPhone 3 or something like that, and I would just use it as Wi-Fi, and that's how I'd message people and meet up and sneak out of the house to meet a girl or something.
Yeah, but I'm
in
talking
middle
about
school.
I'm talking about that's in middle school?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, this is why you're young. In middle school, iPhones weren't even a thing yet. They came out in 2007.
Oh yeah, I was texting on the slide out phone where I would slide the thing out
Yeah.
and press the buttons. That texting, if you know that texting, you're an
So
OG.
fast,
You're
yeah.
an OG, yeah.
Yeah.
People won't know that texting nowadays, and
What is it, like TI?
yeah,
Or
it
is that a
is.
calculator?
T9.
T9.
Yes. You haven't taken one sip of this.
Yes,
It's
I
funny.
have.
It's so funny. I feel like I take so much
Dude, it's
more sips, but
almost
then
gone.
but then you're always lower than me.
yeah, because I chug.
You've always drank more.
I
Yeah.
chug.
When I sip, I'm just like, yeah.
You think I'm not hydrated?
different texture every time.
You think I'm not hydrated?
Yeah. So why are you drinking so much? Dehydrate?
You think I'm not hydrated?
You're so dehydrated, dude.
I'm hydrated. I'm hydrated all day. Yeah. So I remember one time I made a, I called this girl's house. She was my girlfriend.
Wait, how old are you? You gotta give the background.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to, but you talked.
Preface it with how old you are.
So I was,
Preface.
I think I was in third or fourth grade. Yeah, third grade, and I had like a couple girlfriends.
Oh yeah.
As you do. You can't just have one when you're in third grade.
You got options.
Yeah, you gotta have options.
They might not know it that they're your girlfriend, but you got them.
They almost never do, but you know. And you and your friends might have the same girlfriends. It's a very weird environment. But I had one of my girlfriends.
I had a few like that.
Yeah, one of my girlfriends. I called her house one time, and actually, I made my friend call her house. I made my friend Alan call her house.
Yeah.
And her dad answered, and he was like, "Hey, Mr.
How are you calling people in third grade?
Yeah, because I was a gangster. It was at when we lived over in.
Imagine answering the phone to a third grader. And he's like, "Hey,
I
Mr.
know. Was it? It must have been. No, it wasn't third grade. It was probably fifth grade. It was probably fifth. It was definitely fifth grade. So we were over in Bimini when we lived in Bel Air, Orlando, not Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And I was sitting out on the back wall that we had in our backyard, and me and Alan were sitting out there with the house phone still in range,
Booling.
and just booling.
Just finished like a blunt.
Yeah, listening to "This Is the Way I Live" and Holiday Inn, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna call her house.
Who is it?
He's like,
Not who is it, but she was your girlfriend?
yeah, one of them.
Almost made you say who it was.
Almost only one of them.
Yeah, first one.
I just want to emphasize that I had multiple, and 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 so I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna do it.
And I was back before the people were changing, so it was actually a real girl. So, go ahead.
Good point. And I had like the school directory, so I got her house phone because I work in the FBI, so I got her house phone, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I dialed it up, and I was like, I can't do it. And so
Oh, you didn't call?
I gave the phone to Alan, and he called, and he's like, hey, he just did it, dude. I don't know how he could just do that. And he called, and her dad answered. Worst case scenario, if you know anything about calling house phones when you're in fifth grade, her dad answered, and
you happen to know about this.
He was like, hey, is blank there? And he was like, who is this?
Was this a St. James person?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like,
it's the old school we used to go to.
It's Alan. And then he's like, no, she's not here.
You remember the conversation?
Yeah, I remember the conversation. Oh. And he was like, okay, he's like, yeah, I'll tell her you called. And he was just like, okay, thanks. And he hung up, and I was like, I'm never calling again.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was terrifying.
Dude, in third grade, I would tell Emily, I would tell Emily that I could shoot lasers out of my eyes.
Swag.
And she wouldn't believe me, but I would always tell her that.
She didn't believe that?
I remember being in third grade and she wouldn't believe it, and I was like, why don't you believe me? I can do this, I swear. And I was in my head, I thought I was thinking I could prove it somehow.
Oh, you thought you could shoot lasers. This wasn't like a swindle. You were like, no, I believe.
And I was just saying something. No, I was just saying something cool.
Oh.
Like being cool.
That is.
But then I started to think that I could prove it.
Yeah, that's like max coolness. And what did you say? Fifth grade?
Third.
This grade.
Is third.
It's like
no. This is second. Because it's easy for me to know what grade it is because I left after third, so I only have like 3 options, and I know like what level of the school I was on. I wasn't on the second floor, so it was second.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, so I told her that, but then that's all I was saying with that. But I was gonna say something else about third grade. Oh no, I was gonna say something about Alan Fuller.
Is this loud? Is this really loud?
No.
For you? I'm gonna turn it down.
No, I'm just speaking to the mic. I can barely hear that. I don't want to sound like it's my normal voice.
Yeah, you do.
Turn up a little. It's just the room noise because you got the freaking fan on.
No, it was clipping in my
And
headphones.
this fan probably.
Anyways, 3rd grade.
Well, not 3rd grade, but Alan Fuller would come to the house, and he would sleep, and we would all share a room. I don't think. Do you remember sharing a room?
Yeah.
We shared a room.
Do I
We used to
remember my
sleep in the
childhood?
same room. Yeah.
Yeah. We did that
For Bimini.
we
This
did
was the
that for a
Bimini
long
house?
time.
Yeah. But this is the Bimini house. Alan would come over and he'd sleep with his eyes open. That's what I remember
Not
about
like
him.
completely open, but they're like.
I would be on the bed and he'd.
I mean, let's
pull-out,
not like dox people.
But there was a pull out and like his eyes would be. What is docs?
Let me like give out all their information.
Oh, but his eyes were open, and I've seen other people.
Well,
do
it's
that.
yeah. It's like what like cats and dogs do. Sometimes they fall asleep and their eyes are like halfway open. You're like,
That's better.
what are you doing? Yeah, going back to the lasers thing. I like how you like your thought process was, oh, I really like this girl. Like how do I?
No, I don't think I liked her.
How do?
We were just friends. I don't know. I don't know what my brain thinks when I'm in 2nd grade. I think I was just thinking, this is cool, and she might like it.
Yeah, because you liked her. You didn't know why. You didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah, maybe I didn't know
Just
why.
biology. You
Yeah.
were just like,
I was already just trying to
I
spread
have to
the.
tell this girl that I have lasers.
So I
but
was just
have
trying to
eyes.
spread my genes.
Hey, Jesus. I don't know about all that, but
I do.
yeah, that was
Um,
cool. I don't think I really made up any of those lies. I remember one time
Really? But I definitely had a lot of girlfriends throughout my childhood.
I would just like flex
So
on
many.
the recess field, football, baseball, basketball, just go
Mm.
hard and pretend like they were watching. They didn't care.
Me too.
Actually, no, they cared.
Yeah.
One time, they came up to me one time, and this is the weirdest thing.
Who's they?
Some girls from
Oh, school.
this was 4th grade, and we were just like
Just grabbed your butt.
we were just out there bulling.
I was wondering where it comes from because sometimes girls do that in a bar.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was wondering if it starts early. So
No. We were just out there bulling, playing some sports, bulling, and they came up to me and they're like, they were talking for the girl, of course, like she sent her friends,
oh yeah,
and
that was
they
a
walk up
classic
to me,
move back then.
they walk up to me and they're like, you know what you should do to be really cute, and I was like,
you remember this?
yeah, I was like,
Wow.
no, and they're like, well, blank wants you to get gray contacts and green contacts and gray hair extensions. Think about
Really?
that combo. I was like, first of all, what are hair extensions? You want me to grow my hair? And then they just ran away, and I was like, what did that mean?
What the hell?
And I remember that to this
That's
day.
such a random thought.
Dude, I remember it picture perfect because this was the first time I learned about hair extensions. So I was like, what are hair extensions?
Mm.
And then they told me, and I was like, oh, the thing that Anakin Skywalker has. I was like, I have one of those. I had that one, the rat tail
Oh yeah.
from
Dang,
Star
they were
Wars.
into some weird looks.
Yeah,
Those were some.
I don't know
like,
how those go. I feel like that wouldn't
some
fit
hood
me.
rat girls there.
I feel like it wouldn't fit me that well, but you know.
I just remember kissing girls under the lunch table. Like we would like swing down, kiss under the lunch table, and come back up during lunch.
When?
It's, St. James, like 3rd grade, 3rd grade, throughout St. James.
Damn, you were macking on those?
Yeah, I was kissing girls, and then I remember being chased. Like we went to Montessori. We went to St. Michael's, which was Montessori,
Yeah, preschool.
which was preschool. Yeah, and I just remember being chased by girls. That was when like they
Yeah.
would chase
Yeah,
you
yeah,
and you
yeah.
didn't want them at all. So you just it was like,
No,
like
but you
getting
kind
away
of
from 'em.
did. It was like that was like 90% of school is you just are getting chased by girls or you're chasing them. You still just a lot of chasing.
They're wild. when
Yeah, they're
they're-
crazy. At St.
when they're
James, actually,
younger.
you just reminded me. I got so like the doorways had these like archways, and then like a little bit you walk in a little bit, and then the door's there. I remember one time during recess, I was like over there, and 3 girls ran up to me. and pinned me against the wall.
Yeah,
And kissed me like
dude.
on my cheeks, and I was like,
Oh shit.
that could have been me.
The child abduction emergency.
The TV's
our
on. We got a
TV.
child abduction emergency, and yeah, they kissed me, and then they ran away, and I was like, what just happened? And now that I think about it, I'm gonna call the police.
Dude, in 7th grade, there was like these camps that we would go to. It was like a getaway Christian camp that the church that we used to go to had, and it was in the summer after 7th grade, and this girl pinned me against the wall there and was trying to kiss me at the camp, and for some reason I was saying no and ducked under it. And like that was like the prettiest girl at the time, and also it's like the prettiest she's ever been. So like when I
Jeez.
say that, like I go back to that moment. I'm like, why didn't I just do it? You know, like now that I know that the goods depreciated over time.
Bro, you depreciated.
That sounds so stupid. I don't actually think like that. Goods. Shut the fuck up.
Goods. The goods. Yeah, just major scumbag.
Yeah.
I like how you said it, and then you're like talking shit to yourself right after,
Yeah.
like you didn't just say it. Goods? What are you, an idiot?
I'm gonna pull my hair out after that. I don't know what people do when they punish themselves. Like they pull their own hair out or something.
Yeah, it's like in a cartoon. If you were in a cartoon, dude, so happy. Sports are back. Well, the only one I care about is
Yeah.
hockey.
Hell
And
yeah.
The
Well-
Lightning just had their first real game.
Well, the main
And
one
they
you
won.
should care about right now is the furthest along one, which is Orlando City in the semifinal coming up Thursday. So Orlando City's in the semifinal of the MLS playoffs.
Wow.
So cool. I went to watch it at the stadium, and they were having this outdoor viewing of it, social distance viewing of it and stuff. And they had it up on the TVs, and the announcers before the game were talking about Orlando, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't know if they're gonna." They played LAFC, so like, yeah, they're it's gonna be a tough challenge. LA's a really good team. Orlando hasn't really proven themselves. And then halftime, they're like, "This is great for Orlando." They're gonna because we were winning 1-0. They're like, "This is really great for Orlando. There's a really good image for them and stuff like that." You can just see that they continue to make themselves show what a diverse city they are and stuff like that. Because our jerseys had the Black Lives Matter and stuff on it, and so we were watching and we're like, "Dang, like this is cool to hear Orlando talked about." And then I started thinking from that, just on my own. I was like, I wonder if this is gonna help the population at all or make people come in. Because when a college football team starts winning, everyone wants to go there. So if they start talking about Orlando City as like, oh, it's a soccer city now, I wonder if people are gonna start coming in.
Yeah, it already has when we got
probably.
when we got a pro team. But yeah, Orlando's a really one of the fastest growing metros, I think, in the nation.
We're developing an entire village of something. Buddy Dyer's developing Orlando something village where it's like offices,
Packing district?
education stuff. No, it's
The Creative Village?
yeah, Creative Village.
Yeah, it's downtown. That's UCF's, like, they've, like, part
It's
of
gonna
their
be part
campus
of
is
it.
going to be there.
It's gonna be UCF, but it's gonna be offices and some educational stuff, and
Mhm.
then like hopefully shops and stuff to where the people can just go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they've started, like, from Amway. That's the Lightning arena. Amway. Like, around that area, they started doing all that, and then it's kind of moving more north. And they
Mhm.
want to kind of connect them and make it, like, a big... Because now it's still kind of sketchy around the Amway.
Oh yeah.
So they're trying to just make it bigger so it's less sketchy. But yeah, that's really cool. And if, like, the Magic were good, I mean, they're not bad, but
yeah,
they're
it'd be
not great.
sweet. Yeah,
It's like, people would flood into Orlando, which I don't want.
they're not good. Yeah, but I do want Orlando to be.
They're not bad.
I want Orlando to be a city where it's like I don't want to leave here. Like I don't want it to be like I have a question of should I stay? Like there's better cities.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if it eventually got like that, but I don't know. I don't want to wait around for that either.
Well, it's the geography. The geography is tough. There's nothing.
Uh-huh.
You have to drive to the beach.
Just
you have to
Central
drive.
Florida.
Yeah, you have to
That's-
drive to the hour to the beach. All we have here is humidity.
Yeah.
There's no like ocean. There's a lot of lakes. That's cool. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's nothing of like, oh, this is what I'm near this, so I need to stay.
Yeah. It's just it's just kind of like your own individual life in a way.
Yeah.
There's no, yeah, that's it. Like you come here, you'll have your job. Like if you're a rich person, you came here to live on the lake. Like you just come here, you'd have your job and your house on the lake, but no really like community, not like a simple way to where like that's the way that I'm gonna go and build a friend group, like of like-minded people. It'd be through work or
What do you mean?
or like you're out
what
on the
what
lake.
would make another
like a
city
like a
different?
single rich person moves here. Well, okay, if you live in New York or Melbourne, Australia, or LA or like all these cities that are like really central, then I feel like people are just out and about.
Yeah, you're right.
And there's things to go to. There's like
it's not
communities
it's
and
not
like
a commuter
stuff
city.
like that.
It's not like somewhere that you go walk around. Like downtown Orlando kind of sucks ass. Not kind of, it does.
I don't even like driving downtown Orlando because
No,
then
it's
you just like
terrible.
it's just the one ways and it sucks to get around.
Well, that's most cities have the one ways.
Yeah, but they got the other ways too.
No, I get what you're saying. It's not like a very social downtown or anything. There's just a bunch of pockets of places, like different districts of social. But I mean,
We're getting there.
I think so. But I think it's good for people to kind of start families. It's a good area to start families. There's a lot of options for that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different communities, but they're like
In Orlando,
established.
Orlando's definitely not like the stereotypical like old Florida. Like we don't have the old people.
Yeah. No,
We definitely don't.
We killed them all.
Yeah.
We got rid of them.
We shipped them out in the camps.
Purged them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have like the biggest retirement community, which is the Villages, is like an hour away, but that's Ocala. That's
Oh,
not even.
true.
That's not Orlando though. And we don't even have Disney. That's not even really in Orlando, but it is.
Comment the favorite city you've traveled to. Your favorite city you've traveled to.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
If you're watching this, comment that.
I feel like I haven't traveled to my favorite city yet. I love Boston. I like Boston a lot, and Melbourne. Well, Melbourne.
What's the favorite city you've traveled to?
Melbourne.
Favorite city, I mean.
Fairest.
What did
is
I
the
say?
fairest of them all?
Did I say fairest?
Yeah.
I said what's the favorite?
Favorite.
Something like that.
What's the fairest city you've traveled to?
Yeah.
Melbourne, for sure.
Why?
Melbourne.
No, it's not talking about it.
Yeah, no, shut up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Frog.
Hockey is back. Lightning won. I'm excited for sports. There's like something to watch now. That's
I
actually
know.
current.
I know. If I'm gonna watch TV, it's gonna be sports.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch TV.
Well, no, I'll watch like Netflix and stuff, but I'm saying
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the current liveness.
Not TV though.
Yeah, no. Not cable.
Yeah, I'm
The
not
only
watching
thing
cable.
live is
I like watching Netflix and movies. Shows.
There's actually live things to follow now.
I'm not
which is
watching any
nice.
shows. Are you?
No, man, I haven't really. I mean, I watch TV, but I just watch like random episodes of like Shark Tank or something. I watch a lot
But
of
what
YouTube.
about Netflix shows?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would way rather get onto YouTube actually. Like I find myself wanting to watch a movie, and I'm like, no, I'd actually rather just go watch like real life.
Yeah,
But
but it's not like vlogs and stuff. It's more of like overlanding.
I watch like I don't watch a bunch of stuff actually, but I do watch a few different things. I watch like the stuff that I want to do, and then I watch like
Yeah, that's
I watch
mostly
like
what I do.
cinematic sort of storytelling stuff,
Mhm.
and then I've been watching a bunch of military stuff
Really?
recently.
Why?
Yes.
I've
Just like my whole life I've just been drawn to
It's so
watching the
interesting.
military. Like and just I used to want to join it, and like anytime I'll watch Navy SEAL training or anything like that, then I'll just be like, oh, dude, like if I could just get to the point where I could say that I'm good enough to like pass that training, that'd be awesome.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I saw you were listening to a podcast with Andy Stump, who's a retired Navy SEAL. He's really cool.
guy.
He's funny. I mean, he does like a lot of cool stuff. That's why I listen to him. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just like strictly military. I
The
like
Cleared
I
Hot
like the military.
podcast.
Yeah, his podcast is Cleared Hot. Really cool. I like the military guys because they talk about their military stuff, but I like their outlooks.
Mm.
That's what it mostly is. And their interests are cool. It's like the same stuff that I'm interested in. But yeah, so I end up listening to a lot of those guys just because they like the same stuff that I like, and their outlooks on it are cool,
Yeah.
and their experiences are cool.
And their mindsets tend to align with like that like the athletic and competitive mindsets
Yeah.
that we've had,
Yeah.
and like the levels of discipline that we individually have.
Or are trying to get to.
Yeah. Or just admire.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like and respect. They'll have that. And it's like not like discipline. It's just like
Yeah, it's not
discipline.
like super over the top. Like the only person that's kind of like that is like Jocko Willing. But he's like funny too, so that's
when he
why
wakes up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning. But Andy has a Instagram page. Andy Stump has an Instagram page called Not Jocko Willing,
I know.
and
And he wakes up earlier.
He posts pictures because
Oh,
Jocko's page is just a bunch of pictures of his watch at 4:30,
Yeah.
like waking up to work out, and Andy will post it. It'll be like 11:45. Like
Like sleep in.
yeah, he just like fucks with
He
them.
said that when he was doing that, though, when he was deciding on to do that, he said he didn't know if he wanted to wake up earlier than Jocko. But he's like, I just get a lot of hate for that, and it would just suck. So he just said he'd just make it
people would
wake
get
up later.
Get the joke.
Yeah, people
that-
would just be like, you're being an asshole, dude.
Yeah. But I mean, he's like friends with them, obviously. But yeah, it's really funny that he's just like, yeah, 11:45, I'm up. You gotta but he posts like the same caption, so he's like, you gotta get it if you want it, or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so it's noon. Yeah, he's really cool. What other guys have you been listening to?
Him and Theo and Joe Rogan is
Yeah.
not him, but I listen to Theo and Joe Rogan mostly,
Speaking of Joe Rogan,
and then other
do you
people.
want to get into
Tom
our?
Bilyeu.
Yeah, that's your boy.
I don't have any topics. What do you have?
You don't have any for just curious?
Mm-mm.
Get out.
What do you have?
I have one.
You don't talk about it at all.
No, I know, because I want to wait till here.
Oh, I did have a big topic, remember?
yeah, yeah,
All
right.
Hold on. Let me
This
get
is
that
it.
journal.
yeah. All right, come on back.
All right, just say something for 20 seconds.
Oh, Nick has a very.
What I'm doing.
It's a very interesting story, right? About. I'm not gonna tell you too much what it's about, but Nick had a conversation with somebody, and he found it very interesting, and I don't even know what it's about, but he wrote it all down. He's like, dude, I have to talk about this. So he's got his journal.
See, I don't remember any of it right now.
Yeah. So you got what you knew, so that's why you wrote it
I
down.
knew that ahead of time. Self-awareness, dude.
Dude, you must have a podcast.
Yeah, I just know.
We're getting better at this. I lit the candle before. Did you even notice?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did you hear me say, nice candle,
No.
when I walked by?
No.
Yeah, I walked by your room. What's yours?
Well, is this even just curious, or is this just something you want to talk
No,
about?
this is like just a topic, yeah.
Yeah. Or just go ahead. Oh, we'll wait. We'll
do
postpone just curious after. Yeah. I need to make an intro for that. Elevator music. Just curious.
This is our neighbor. I'm not gonna say any names.
His name's Robert.
Sounds so stupid.
No, I'm just kidding.
So I just was at the house. This was Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday evening. So I decided I was just gonna take the bike on the bike ride, because I'd been editing for a while and I just wanted to like go out and get the legs going. So I went outside. My neighbor was outside, and I was riding. So I went over to him. I was like, "The sunset looks cool," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm probably gonna smoke a bowl to it tonight," because he always smokes whatever. And I started asking him if he smokes often, and then he starts. I was asking him if he smokes often in his backyard and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, yeah." And he starts telling me how he used to be like the main supplier of Florida back in the day for weed. And I was like,
He was?
okay. And then he quickly jumped to saying how he like got his brother 5 years in prison because the CIA wanted his brother. And so he said like they told him they know his brother got him into it, so they just wanted to like him to turn his brother in, basically. And so I was like, hold on. So I had to figure all this out and like how we got to this point. So I was like, I just started asking questions. And then, going into it, he starts talking about how he was making $2.5 million a week at one point.
What, dude?
He was laundering through corrupt cops and friends in the Caymans.
What?
Yeah, dude. He would go to the border and pick up shipments from Mexico.
This is his brother? This is him?
This is him, not his brother.
This is our neighbor?
This is something he was doing with his brother, though. Yeah, he was laundering through corrupt cops. Like, he would go to the border, pick up the shipments, and he'd also go to. He said there was a tunnel that went like to Arizona, and he'd sometimes go to Arizona and pick some stuff up. But he'd go when he went to the border. It's not payment, but he'd just give the Mexicans army fatigues as like a gesture of goodwill, because they just love the army fatigues. He said, so he said that they just loved it, and so he'd always bring them army fatigues, like stuff like that, like camouflage pants and stuff. But then he gets further into it, and he says that the CIA set up cameras on our street, and he pointed out the two light poles, and I was just sitting there imagining like this operation going on long before we ever even were alive, probably. A little bit before we were alive, probably. And they set up cameras on our street and light posts and watched him for 8 months. And then that's how they knew that he was storing money under his shed in the backyard. So then they called him out about that and stuff. But and then these are just different points of what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He worked security at the Florida hospital for 20 years and got close enough with the OPD to find out where they had no-fly zones. And so he would buy houses as investment properties in those no-fly zones to store cash and stuff, because they couldn't fly over and X-ray the house and stuff like that. And then it got to the point where the CIA approached him at his security job, and he knew the meeting room. He knew the empty meeting rooms, so he took them there for his own recorded interrogation. So they had like the camera and the audio, and they were talking to him. He took him down into the basement, he said, because he knew there was a room there that they could use. And then his brother was sentenced eventually, which he wasn't. And then I was like, does your brother hate you? And he's like, sort of. There's an underlying feeling there. And I was like, yeah. Like, I feel like you were telling me that you got your brother 5 years in prison. Like, what the heck? That sucks. And then he's like, his brother's first year out, he made $200K. And then I wasn't sure, because his brother has a lawn business. I wasn't sure if that was doing lawns or if he was going back to drugs. I wasn't sure what that was. And then he doesn't associate himself with his brother because of his record, business wise. Because I asked him, because they both do lawns. So I was like, so do you do that with him? He's like, no, I don't associate myself with them. But so he was part of a sting. Our neighbor apparently was part of a CIA sting operation 20 years ago, whatever, that got his brother sentenced to prison. And then he said he had to give up a lot of his money and stuff.
Dude.
But I was just sitting there the whole time like,
I need to process this.
Really?
That was a lot of information. He would go to Mexico? He said there's a tunnel to Arizona?
Yeah. I was just sitting there the whole time listening to him. I was like, you don't have to bullshit me. You don't have to lie.
Yeah, it sounds like he's lying.
Why would you have to be lying to me right now? We're just talking.
He's like,
you're volunteering
there was
all
cameras,
this information. Yeah. Like that's what. Then I was like, this actually happened? Because like when he's saying it, he's just like, yeah, this happened. But I don't know. I don't know his psychology.
That's what I mean.
I don't know him, so I don't know.
It sounds like he dreamed this.
Like he's such a far-fetched person, Yeah,
he's out
like
there.
He's in a different world when you talk to him, so you can't tell if he's hyping it up or he's trying to seem cool to a younger person, or he's...
Well, I don't think he's doing that.
Or he's just, like, believes it, or these things happened.
Yeah, I feel like that's a movie that he watched or something, saying it like he's like 7 years old.
But he was talking about his ex-wife
Yeah.
and they lived in the same house. Like, this is where the operation was.
Yeah.
They lived in the same house with his ex-wife, and his wife comes out like kind of in the garage when he's like talking about his ex-wife, and the CIA was in there. He was telling his ex-wife, he's like, look, tell them the truth because they already know everything about us. So tell them the truth, and we should be good. Like that, he just said that. And I was just sitting there like wondering if she was listening. His new wife was listening because she was out there in the garage.
She hears everything.
And so I was also paying attention to see if he died his story down or like got quieter because he didn't want to be called out for, what are you talking about? Why are you lying?
Yeah.
You know? So I was paying attention to
Oh,
that.
damn, dude, you were doing your own operation on this guy.
Exactly, yeah.
Running your own surveillance.
I was just running my own like bullshit radar, kind of. But no, yeah. So I don't know if I think he's telling the truth. Like, I think this stuff happened. I don't know about the money. I think the money could be hyped up, but he was definitely a weed dealer, probably.
Well, not back then. It's probably correct because it used to be way more expensive or cheaper or whatever. But I'm saying like the profit was, I feel like, because it wasn't legal or anything. So there was a lot of
things
profit in
made
there.
sense though. Like the fact that you'd work at the hospital for 20 years, so you'd start having a relationship with the OPD. And so you'd hear conversations like no-fly zones and stuff like that. Then start looking it up on your own to where you could find houses. Like, that makes sense.
That's smart. That's like a crazy detail.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like a really observant, like, he's definitely got an operation going on.
He doesn't seem like a mastermind.
He needs to find ways. Yeah. If he needs to find ways to, I think his brother is the mastermind. And then
That's
just
why he got
did
the 5 years.
But he still worked every day. Like, he still did the lawns and stuff every day. So the CIA apparently knew he was like a good guy. He's like, yeah, we know your brother got you into this, and you're not the one that's willingly doing this, so you kind of got the bad deal.
Wait, is the CIA?
So,
I thought the CIA didn't.
We need your brother.
I thought the CIA didn't do that kind of stuff. It'd be the DEA. He said the CIA?
FBI.
Or the FBI?
Probably FBI.
But did he say CIA?
Yeah. I don't know if he
This
knows.
is where it's fishy.
CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. Yeah, they wouldn't be doing that. FBI, they'd do that.
But he said the CIA. Did we just crack
know
his
what he
story
said.
wide open?
I think he said something like CIA or FBI.
DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency. That's who would do it.
Maybe he
Although
said
it could be the
DEA.
CIA, but the CIA is an intelligence. Like, they would be gathering intelligence. The DEA would be doing all the drug stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The light poles.
DEA.
No, the intelligence, the surveillance.
But they do foreign intelligence mostly.
Oh, it's probably the DEA.
Yeah.
But they signed up, but they dressed up as the, they parked at Lee Middle School,
Yeah.
which is on the other side. And then they dressed up as electricians. I guess he was watching it happen. Like, they were just doing this in front of him. See, that's another thing. Like, no, but he said he saw guys up there on the post, behind his house, setting something up, like acting like they're electricians. And then he said the other one, because when he saw the footage, he saw the angles where they came from.
Yeah.
He said the other one was down the street, which they must have done when he was sleeping. So he didn't claim to have seen them put stuff on the poles, except for the one, which makes me think, yeah, he actually did see people up there. And
I mean, did they tell him they were watching him from the polls? This sounds like a book or a
they
movie.
went into it. They went into his house they've been into his house before to talk to him and his ex-wife, and they were showing him all the surveillance. Like, look what we have. We know you're hiding money under the shed, stuff like that. We've been watching you come and go for 8 months.
She's our neighbor.
Yeah.
God, I would not think he would be into that stuff. He's so
And
goofy.
it's funny because it's over the top social people, or like, it's like in the movies,
all that info.
In the movies, they're the ones who are like compensating for something.
Yeah.
Like, they have some secret, and it's just funny, like his wife and stuff, like how just talkative they are and everything. His wife.
Oh, she told us
wouldn't have
they
been involved
cheated
with
on
it,
their ex-spouses and got together. She told us that within 5 minutes of meeting us.
Yeah, I wasn't there. That's crazy.
That was hilarious. Literally 5 minutes of meeting us. This is like the second day we were even in the house. She knocks on the door. She came in. She's like, hey, we cheat on her, and like whispered it, but like, and we were like,
Hey,
mom
I
looked at each
cheated on my
other.
husband. Now my name is Patty.
That's literally exactly what she said. She was like, we cheated. I cheated on my ex-husband. He cheated on his wife, and we got together. And I was like, what, dude? Why are you telling us this?
Yeah, that's just like a fact detail that you're just
Yeah.
throwing in there. Normal.
Yeah, I don't need to know that.
It's
don't.
so weird. What's the time at? 45 minutes. Let's tell what you wanted for.
Well, I'm gonna save it now because we're gonna end it in a couple of minutes.
No, we can do it till like 10 more minutes. So just go.
Well, it might be longer than 10 more minutes. That's why I don't want to do it. I'll talk about something else. Do I have any bad TikToks this week?
No. I hope not.
I do, but I don't think I'm gonna play them. Yeah.
I don't
See
know
if
if I'm gonna.
See.
The first Navy SEAL training grounds were in Florida.
Where?
Off the east coast of Florida, somewhere.
There's
still like the monuments and stuff for like the
I know
original frogmen.
there's a big Navy base in Key West. I don't know if that's what the original.
Say one of your topics.
Your note on this. Your note on this notes thing is Ricky was part of a sting operation with his little brother. Damn, said his name. Whoops.
Oh yeah. Fort Pierce, Florida.
Yeah, Fort Pierce. Yeah.
The
Dude,
original
that is
Navy
an insane
combat divers,
story.
the frogmen.
Yeah.
Dude, I just can't even wrap my head around that. I was like, wait, what?
I feel like back in like the 70s though, it was just like so much more casual to just be a drug runner.
Mm-hmm.
People were just doing stuff because you would just come to airports. They wouldn't check it. You could just fly and land at like private airports. I don't know how much of that
It was easier to
is
not get
true,
caught
but
too. Yeah.
yeah, it was way easier to not get caught. I feel like they didn't know. You would have to like really
Oh, he would
be
pay.
obvious.
He would pay cops like thousands a month or something, and they were really happy about it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then for some reason he goes, they were really happy about it, but I don't know what changed or something. Something switched.
They got flipped.
It's just like 'cause yeah, maybe. It's weird.
Would you take that bribe?
If I was a cop,
Yeah.
depends from who. I would probably assess his longevity.
Damn, thinking like a businessman.
Like I would assess.
What about if you
If
weren't
I
a
was
cop?
Pablo Escobar back in the day, I'd be taking his.
What about if
bribes.
you weren't a cop? You walked outside one time and you just caught him mid-act, like loading up a bunch
like
of
there's
duffel
like a-
bags of cash.
and like a
And,
yeah, and he's like, "Well, we have to settle this."
and he's
now.
like, "Hey, come over here."
You either die, or like, what's the situation?
No, he doesn't threaten you.
Yeah, but I would.
But he's
take
like,
the money,
"Hey," he's
yeah.
like, "Hey, man, come talk to me. Come talk to me." And he just like drops a
He's like, "No,
drops
really,
like a
no,
stack
really."
drops a stack on the ground. He's like, "Can you get that for me?" And then you go and you pick it up and you're like, "Oh, golly, geez, it's the most money I've ever seen." And he's
Yeah,
like,
you
"That
can
could be
have it.
yours,
You can have it.
but just do me a favor, buddy.
He's not that nice.
Let me know when." I'm doing.
He's not like a little.
I'm a
Like,
character. Stop.
he's not a nice person.
He's just like, "Buddy, just let me know when you see any cops around, and
He's not
let's
so-
just keep this our little secret." Sounds like
Where
he's
you're
molesting
talking
you now,
reminds
but
me. Yeah, definitely.
but not molesting you, he's just bribing you, and you're like, "Well, golly, sir, I can do that.
we're in a 1940s cartoon.
How much money is this?" He's like, "That's $5, and that's yours." And you're like, $5, and you
No.
run back inside.
But if it was someone offering me money, like thousands of dollars, I'd say yeah.
Dude, I would be so corrupt. I want to commit white collar crime so bad, dude. You want to start a hedge fund? A lot of
Yeah, but
returns.
they always. The reason why you hear about that stuff is because they don't work.
Hedge funds? Hedge funds work.
No, the reason why you hear
Ponzi
about
schemes?
those schemes and people making millions is because they didn't work.
You mean they didn't stay secret? Yeah, because they have
didn't
to
work.
They have to. What do you mean they didn't work?
They got found out.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep the money. They couldn't keep it going.
Yeah, they couldn't bring in
and then
the
they
money.
got found out.
They're always going to collapse. A Ponzi scheme is always going to collapse. Because all you do is take in money and give it to other people and call it returns. But it's not what it is. So you don't actually have that money there. So when too many people want to take out money, you don't have it. You have to go get more money, or it just collapses, and that's what happens. Like Bernie Madoff.
But if you just keep getting more money, you just got more people to pay back.
Yeah.
You're never getting real money.
You just always need money coming in. Yeah, but you siphon it off for yourself. And you just pay off people when the returns. But the thing about being in that position is when people are like, I want to take my money out. You're like, whoa, no, you don't.
Yeah.
And
This is good times.
That's how they're like, yeah, you're about to. And then you pay them a little bit. And they're like, oh, wow, these are my returns. He's like, yeah, those are your returns. Keep your money in. And they're like, okay, I'll keep it in. But really, there's no money.
It's just too risky because
let's do that.
It just takes the one person to be like, no, take it out. I'm taking you to court. Take it out now. Like, it just takes that one person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes it all topple down. So, anyways, yeah, let's start.
We're going to have to figure out our own ways of how we're going to make money, you know?
We got to get into something illegal.
We got to get into something.
Yeah. Well, you're getting some business with your videos and stuff. You're good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can talk about that Wednesday. I just filmed a coffee shop. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Cool
little
video.
Maybe we'll show a little preview.
Sent it to him. He said, yeah, it's nice. We'll definitely use it.
Cool.
So I'll use that video to get money.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good little sample.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll wrap it up here. This is episode 8. We're going to do a quick turnaround on this one, record again this week, and do another quick turnaround. So we'll have 2 coming this week to make up for last week.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
YouTube.
Just subscribe on everything.
YouTube, The Shitty Podcast. Spotify, The Shitty Podcast. Apple Podcast, The Shitty Podcast. And Instagram, The Shitty Podcast. And then email us different various schemes that we can get into at the.shit.pod@gmail.com.
If you're watching on YouTube, like the video and subscribe.
Yeah,
turn on the post notifications that way, because we're posting like pretty much every week. So just get notified when we post so you can watch it.
Yeah. And we have 7 episodes out so far, so go back and watch those. Some of them have little hiccups here and there, but they're good.
They like say our catalog.
Yeah. So anyways,
The
we have
first one's
episode
called,
1. I don't even remember the first one.
And then
The show
actually,
begins.
well, this is going to be a really busy week now, but I want to get working on some shirts.
Yeah, I'll get on that this week. Some stuff too.
No, get on it this week. Like, will you get on it this week?
I'm gonna get on your ass with my
gonna
fist.
Get on it this week.
No, I will.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have much going on.
Look into it.
So sad. Don't have much going on. Sad. Okay. Episode 8.
Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Ugh.
I don't want to end on the freaking. Ugh. All right. Bye.
See you guys.